All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome very much.
Almost.
Oh, sorry. Oh, it's not off the please. Carol, do I do that part or do you do the welcome?
You do. You're the chair.
Okay.
You're the big honcho. There we go.
All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this meeting of the Newington Human Rights Commission. We'll go around and do a quick round of introductions. I'm Liza Andrews. I am the chair. I'll turn it over to Phyllis.
Phyllis DeCara, member.
Jane Boulay, member, secretary, I guess.
Suzanne Dopkins, member.
Mitch Page, member.
Carol LeBrecq, town liaison.
Oh,
And
you need to
Jamela just
introduce-
came in too.
Hi, Jamela Abrahams.
Hi, Jamela.
Hi. Sorry, I was having some hard time getting on.
I did send the minutes. Do you have them, James? There we go.
All right. So have folks had a chance to review the minutes of our last meeting in February? Does anyone have any changes?
No, everything looks good.
I would move that we accept them as written.
Perfect.
I
We have
second it.
All right. Awesome. Thank you so much. I believe Carol sent everyone a copy of the draft survey that we briefly discussed at the last meeting. So a group of us, myself, Phyllis, Sue, had worked on developing a townwide survey that we might be able to put out to folks, put in various locations. We talked with Carol about working with the local papers to get them to publish this. This is something we would do online. Have folks had a chance to review the survey? Do they have any questions about the question? Any suggestions for either changing the questions, adding questions, or changing the possible responses? We did set this up to largely be the answers to largely be something that people who participate would be able to select. So, they might be able to select a certain number of answers in any given section, or they might rate something on a strongly disagree to strongly agreed scale. But we tried not to give too many open-ended questions. Just sometimes that, having to write that much will cause someone not to respond. So we wanted to make this as easy as possible and give them some options that might be representative of their experience here in Newington.
Yeah, I like the survey. I thought the questions were interesting. I like the fact they can just choose them, so it'd be interesting to see how many we get back and how that would work, because what we'd actually do with the answers to them,
Well, I think, yeah, the goal is definitely for, to get the responses for this commission to then understand what are people's experiences here in town. Are they having positive experiences, or are in some instances some folks having some negative experiences?
Right.
And that, therefore, kind of drive the direction of our work and the activities of this commission.
Yeah, I definitely think it'll be interesting to see how many people respond.
Yes, yes, because in the past, we've had very little, sometimes no response to something we put out. And so it'll be interesting to see the number of responses we get.
Are you planning to put out any notification around town of, the survey so people could be aware of it?
Yeah, so I think what we discussed is, Carol has relationships with some of reporters at the local papers, so perhaps to get a little article, or we can even, as the Human Rights Commission, submit op-eds in those papers, letting folks know that this survey is available online. through the Human Services Department. And we can also use social media. We can use places like Newington News. I'm sure the Newington Democratic Town Committee would be willing to put something out. I'm sure the Newington Republican Town Committee would be willing to put something out. So, kind of using those platforms to also raise awareness about the availability of the survey.
And I believe we have a Newington Facebook page that my daughter told me about. I've never gone on to it.
Okay.
Would that be a possibility? Maybe that would be another possibility.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, and I thought we might also do something like print up little flyers that we could leave at like the library, the senior center, something like that with the,
The only thought that's coming to my mind is, will we want to build something into the survey to prevent duplication, or to, have, I don't know if we need to address that as an issue.
Did we make a determination about, are we doing this on SurveyMonkey, or does the town have some other platform that they use for surveys?
The town itself doesn't have, as far as I know, anything. What we've done through SurveyMonkey. So that was
Okay.
what I anticipated. But if anybody on the board has other connections or resources.
Okay. So I know with SurveyMonkey, we can limit it to one response. The way SurveyMonkey can track it is by IP address. We're not requiring that they enter their name or contact information. But SurveyMonkey can limit it per IP address. Now, that doesn't prevent someone, I'm not sure how many people would do this, but from potentially answering the survey at home and answering it at work, because they would have separate IP addresses for that. But save
Maybe just building something into that paragraph saying you may receive this survey from several different sources. Please only complete it once.
Sure. Yeah, that's easy. Yep. We can do that. Any other thoughts?
I really appreciate you guys doing this, and I like the list at the top. It gives a lot of variety to choose from.
Yeah.
Can we also see if the library would be willing to distribute, or even if it's leave it on the counter or on a table for anybody to pick up? And I was wondering, maybe churches, we can also.
Yeah. I think we can certainly do that. We could try to develop a flyer. Carol, do you guys have a paid subscription to SurveyMonkey?
No.
No. Okay.
We've used it several times. I mean, this doesn't appear to be overly complex, so I think what we have would cover it, but.
Okay. Yeah, because I was just wondering, because I think with some of the paid subscriptions, I don't imagine it's available on the free subscription, but we can check. I think you can have a QR code made, and I think there are places to make free QR codes. I'm not sure, how.
We did in the pamphlet that we sent out to all folks over the age of 60. We did, you can create a QR code that will connect to that. So I think that is something that we could do, so that they pick up a flyer, then they could scan it.
Perfect. Yep.
So town departments, interfaith clergy, newspapers.
Yep.
Social media.
Yeah, do you have a connection with like Newington Life to put a little blurb in there?
Yep, all of the newspapers. So I can make that contact, and then maybe Liza as the chair, or Liza and one of the committee members could come in for an interview.
Sure. So Carol, do you need me to put this in SurveyMonkey, or is that something you would do? Do you need me to make the flyer? How would this work in terms of the steps of getting it done?
Either is fine. If you're able to do that, that's great, and you can forward it to me. But if not, then that's something I can delegate here.
No, I can do that. That's no problem.
Okay.
I'm sure of the protocol. So. All right. So we will work to get that done. We'll say I'll try to get the survey up and the flyer made within the next 2 weeks and get it over to Carol. And then Carol, once you have that, you can post it to the Human Services Department and then work on the placement within the newspapers. And then I can certainly reach out to the Democratic Town Committee. I don't know if some of the other appointees, is there an appointee who can reach out to the Republican Town Committee?
I know Roberta's on from the town committee. I don't know. She's not here though.
Yeah, she sent an email saying she wasn't going to be available for this meeting because she had Parks and Rec, but that starts at 7. So.
Okay. And then I can work with Newington News. And then if there are any other Facebook groups that folks want to reach out to that they are members of, Newington specific, feel free.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Next steps? Any other thoughts on next steps? Is there anything I'm missing?
No, I think that sounds good.
Okay. Great. Next on the agenda is discussion and activities. Do we have any other activities to discuss?
Well, Jay is online here from the.
Oh, that's right, Jay. You joined us. Yep.
Yes, I assume he's still there. I don't know. Did they have a meeting yet, Liza?
They didn't have a meeting yet. I'm not sure. Can Jay hop in now, or I think he was planning to discuss the larger regional meeting as part of public participation.
Okay.
I think he'll be on in a little bit.
If you want me to, I'm sorry to interrupt you. If you wanted me to talk about it now, I'm happy to do that. Because I'm leaving you and joining Guilford at 7 o'clock to talk about it. Whatever's best for you. I don't want to impose on your meeting.
Well, that's okay. Is that okay, Carol? Can he?
Yeah, that's fine. I think it falls under discussion of activities.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, Jay, please let us know what's been kind of going on with some of the other local human rights commissions.
Okay. Well, here's what's going on. Initially, I guess through Jane, and then Jane referred me to Liza to just kind of get into what this forum is. I see from looking at your minutes, you kind of might have known a little bit about that because it looks like you might have said a little bit about that in the minutes you were talking about. But basically, Jane's giving me way too much credit. I'm not really coordinating it. I kind of attached myself. This all started, I appreciate that, but this all started at a meeting between Hamden's chair and CHRO to try and kind of get together other communities, human rights. We're a human relations commission. There's human rights commissions. There's human rights and relations commissions. It just kind of get us all together. And basically the idea is to kind of share ideas. I think they're going to want whoever participates to send in their ordinances just to kind of compare notes. And I was on Hamden's meeting last week, and it sounds like they really have a neat agenda. I think they're still kind of perfecting it, but basically, they're going to have each individual participant kind of talk about the vision of their commissions, what they'd like to do, what they're not able to do, and then there's going to be breakout sessions with some topics about goals and, discussion about your ordinance and how you engage with the community and stuff like that. And I think it's a great idea. And basically what my role was doing what I'm doing right now, going on other towns' meetings, kind of poaching everybody else's meetings to try and see who's interested. And I guess I'm very happy to say it looks like there's going to be 11 or 12 communities, including you guys, I saw what you wrote, Liza, and I just will reiterate, if you're not able to be there, originally I thought this was just going to be for chairs, but it's not. So, I mean, if you want to share what you got from Sean with any of the other folks, and if anyone else would like to participate, that would be great. But basically, it's a sharing of ideas to just kind of see what commissions have in common, what they don't have in common, what they kind of want to move forward with, and that kind of thing. And that's really about it. I don't think there's any great rocket science to this. Can I also say something else? And this may be more appropriate for public comment. So if you want, you can stop me. But I see you're doing a townwide survey, and and I don't know if this is helpful or not, but we did a townwide survey in Farmington. We kind of just recently reinvented ourselves. And I guess I took over as chair a year and a half ago from someone who was a chair for 1 million years in Farmington. And I have very tough shoes to fill. But I think in our case, we were looking for direction to see what the community knew about us, the things they thought, we should be doing, we shouldn't be doing, and that kind of thing. And we didn't get a great response, but, because I think people in Farmington, I won't speak for Newington, but people in Farmington are survey weary, because we have this big high school building project pending. We have a lot of work going on in what's called the Village in Farmington, and those things all had surveys. So the Human Relations Commission, which maybe isn't a big priority in Farmington yet, we didn't get a great response, but we got some really good information, and it kind of justifies. So I guess I just wanted to share that with you, that we were thinking the same thing, and I'm not sure if you're thinking the same thing we were, but we were really looking for direction from the community. And we got less than 100 people that turned in the survey, so hopefully you'll have better luck. As far as this forum goes, which is really what you asked me to talk about, I don't know if anyone has any questions. There isn't, again, I think it's really just a sharing of ideas between the communities that are going to participate. And Liz, you got the letter from Sean. I think it really details a little bit more than what I'm saying, what they're thinking. It's going to be June 24th unless something changes on a Thursday night between, I think, 6:30 and 8 o'clock. It's going to be done on Zoom, obviously. Although Farmington's starting to go back public again sometime soon. And that's really about it. If anyone wants to ask me anything, I'd be happy to answer it. But that's basically what that forum is about. Thank you for letting me talk.
Great, thank you.
I'll hang with you for a while, but I'm going to mute myself again.
All right, thanks, Jay.
Thank you.
Yeah, so right now, Sean did say that he believes the meeting will be Thursday, June 24th. I leave for vacation the next day, which was the only reason why I said I'm not 110% sure that I can be there. But if I can't be there, if someone else from our commission could join, that would be great. He's saying that it will likely start at 6 p.m. On Thursday, June 24th. And regardless of whether or not I can be there, again, he did say we can bring as many commission members as we want. So if anyone has interest in joining, they can certainly be there. So I will, I'll forward you more information as I get it. The initial email he sent this week just said basically what Jay said. The idea is to create new relationships, share the commission's missions, describe the authority of the commissions by their town ordinance, share success stories, and collaborate on a topic that we can all participate in the coalition. So perhaps come up with a topic that there could be one large joint event. I did share our ordinance with Sean so that he has it. I guess they are putting together a little spreadsheet of all the ordinances and how local HRCs are governed. So does anyone have questions about that? Does anyone think they would be able to attend or be interested to attend on the 24th?
Right now, I'm just not sure. So if you forward the information, obviously many of us can join in if we want to,
Okay, sounds good.
Anybody else? Hey, Phyllis, is that something you're interested in, or?
Possibly.
Yeah, I just can't commit right now, but possible.
Yeah, that's my golf league night, so I'm not sure I'll be back.
Priorities.
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 Phyllis, I'm a golfer too, so I get that.
All right, so I'll let him know that there's that there's general interest. I mean, there's no link or anything yet to participate. So as soon as we have that and he confirms the date and the time, I will absolutely let folks know. Any other activities up for discussion this month?
I don't think there's any activities. However, we do need to vote to take who is it, Barbara Wiley and Terry DiPolito off of our roster.
That's already happened, Jane.
Oh, it's already happened. Okay, I didn't know if we had to do it in the meeting or not. So okay.
No.
All right, perfect.
All right. So next up on the agenda is the Human Services report.
So we are moving back towards in-person services, which we're thrilled at. Our goal will be to have the food bank open for client selection on August 1st. Rick, through grants that we got, we were able to offer our spring programs, our spring youth programs for free. And when we actually compared numbers, obviously to last April, we had to suspend all programs. So it was an increase, but even a 10% increase from the year prior, spring of 19. So I think that the ability to offer the free programs opened the doors to some new folks and hopefully made them aware of our services. So we're excited about that. Summer youth program flyers have gone out and we'll be registering for that. We're seeing a lot of cases around rent issues. That's probably our least solvable issue. There are several resources, Unite Connect to help with that. Unfortunately, there are some obstacles to many of those programs. So those are kind of the most difficult issues that we're seeing in our casework cases. And on the clinical front, Pat Meskel retired on March 17th, and we have been approved to replace that position, and that is being advertised.
Okay, I was just wondering, Carol, when you were talking about the eviction issue and rent issue, I'm assuming the rent issue will become an eviction issue. I was just trying to look through the plan that the General Assembly's, the Appropriation Committee just approved yesterday on further spending of the American Rescue Plan money. So I don't know, perhaps if you
we received an initial on that without any detail yet how to access it, but it looks like they've heard the responses from the various human service agencies in that they will make this money available to people with rent need due to COVID, regardless of landlords' willingness to participate in the process. So again, that's out of this new money that's coming out, but we haven't gotten the dates or the specific eligibility guidelines yet.
Okay.
But that should be good for some folks.
Right. Good. Great. All right. All right. Anyone have any questions for Carol? It looks like there's a hand raised from a phone number. Is there anyone waiting to ask questions or?
No, I think it's still from Jay.
Oh, okay.
All
right. So any other business to come before us this evening? Okay. Any further public participation?
No other members on with us other than Jay.
Okay. All right.
Thank you for letting me take a couple of minutes to talk.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, well, if there is no public participation and no other business, I would entertain a motion to adjourn. Or do we want to talk about our next meeting first? Do we have, Carol, do you know the next meeting date?
I do. I'm gonna have to make you guys smaller.
I know, I have to look too.
Oh, God.
Next
I'm
meeting date
blinded.
is September 7th.
You got it?
Yep, September 7th.
September 7th,
Okay.
yeah, perfect.
Right.
Carol, might we be back in person by then? What's going on with town hall?
We might be back in person by then. I really can't speak to that. That's the town manager's call. The town hall is open for business by appointments. The direction has been that if services are able to continue to be provided remotely, then that would be the goal. But I do think that that's the direction we're moving in, is to have the meetings in person at some point in the near future.
Okay, well, maybe we can just talk when it gets closer, and you can let us know what you think, if we can, or even if we should, be in person or do one more meeting on Zoom. Or
I think that there was some additional talk of maybe a hybrid, and that just takes some coordination of the technology to provide a space where we can meet in person and still provide the Zoom access. So I know that that's being worked on, and I'll keep you guys in the loop on that.
all right, perfect. Thank you so much. All right, anyone have a motion to adjourn?
So
Motion.
moved.
So moved. Meeting adjourned at 6:32. Does that work?
Works.
Okay.
Thanks all.
Okay,
Thank
thanks,
you.
everyone.
Have a good summer, guys.
Thank you, too.